Welcome to another edition of the Live Well and Fully podcast. Through this podcast, we help women remember that they matter too. We spark new insights on changes they might desire for in their own lives so they can step forward confidently and turn their dreams into reality.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Live Well and Fully. I'm Barbara Decker, and I'm on the East Coast of the United States in Pennsylvania. And I'm here with Carol Parker Walsh. Where are you hanging out today, Carol?
I am in Washington State.
Is it sunny or raining?
It's actually sunny today. So we've been having a very warm, unseasonably warm fall. So it's been really nice.
Good for you. For those of you listening, Dr. Walsh is an award-winning executive coach and personal brand strategist, and she helps high-achieving professional women at midlife, unapologetically, and that's a key word, design a career and a life they love. And so the title of our interview today is How to Reinvent Your Career in Midlife. And isn't that a challenge for so many of us moms who have given so much of ourselves to others and now maybe can find the time to do something just for us? So let me start the timer and then we will start with question one. Carol, how do you help women in the second half of their life create an extraordinary life for themselves?
Well, I do that by really helping them overcome the self-doubts, the limiting beliefs, all those things that blocks them from really seeing the possibility of what they can do in their life and career.
Well, that is a challenge, I think, for most of us. We're so stuck in our ways. So that's a great objective. And number two, what is the problem you solve for women?
Well, I help them to see the value of what they have to offer the world, right? So often they lose their sense of identity and the sense of what they really have to offer the world. So I help them to reconnect to the value of who they are, the worthiness of who they are, and what they have to bring to the world.
Oh, so important. You know, when I start people off in my program, the first exercise I have them do is what are their priorities? And almost always their priorities are other-centered. And when I ask them to bring their priorities back to self-centered, they have trouble even recognizing that they have priorities. So it's a similar kind of thing, right?
Very similar, very similar.
Number three, what are the typical symptoms that people experience when they come to you with this kind of problem?
Yeah, usually they feel stuck, they're unfulfilled, they're burnt out, they feel undervalued or underappreciated. They don't know what their next step is in their career. They feel like kind of lost and not sure where to go next. Or they're really struggling with like imposter syndrome, not really showing up powerfully at work, being, kind of bypassed and overlooked for opportunities that they really would love to go after.
You know, I think it's interesting, at least in my own experience, that I think almost everybody suffers from imposter syndrome and they don't recognize that everybody else is also suffering from the same thing. Do you find that also or no?
Absolutely. That's the thing that most, high achieving women at midlife have been so isolated and, going their head down, isolated, going after what they want, that they've created this, put themselves in a bubble thinking that they're the only one suffering from this. So that's a big problem. And so it's helpful to know that other people suffer from it too, so that they know there's a community of support available to them.
I couldn't agree more. What are the common mistakes that people make when they're trying to solve this problem themselves, Carol?
Yeah, ignoring it is a big thing. And women are programmed to suffer and to not, to just like grind through and keep it through. So ignoring it is really a big thing. Starting to take action without clarity. So we're a very action-driven society. So going and getting a new job or going after something and making a move without really knowing what's the best move for them, or really asking friends or other people what they should do, as opposed to really figuring out what's right for them and what they should do.
Yes, I agree. That's a good answer. Number five, what is one valuable free resource that you can direct people to for help with this problem?
Well, I have an amazing 3-part video series called the 10-Minute Career Jumpstart, and it literally walks you through where you maybe are right now in your career. What are some of the reasons it's been really holding you back from going after what you want, and actually giving you the steps and strategies to actually get out of where you are to actually get to where you want to go.
Oh, excellent. I will put the link to that for those of you listening right below the podcast. So you can just scroll through the notes and you'll find that and be able to click right to it. Number 6, what is one tip a listener can use now that will help them solve the problem?
Yeah, it was hard to narrow down to one tip, to be honest with you.
Tell me more than one if you need to. It's okay.
Well, actually, as you mentioned before, and I've said too, that the thing about women in midlife is that we have so many competing responsibilities and we're giving to so many other people that we don't take the time to really figure out what we want. So one of the key things that I usually do with my clients and with women that I work with is ask, what do you want? What do you want? Right. And then ask yourself, are you doing that? And if there's an alignment and a cohesion between what you really want to do and what you desire to do, is really one tip. The other one is, not to do it alone. Right. We talked about this isolation. Women who are smart, intelligent, have done so much for other people, feel like they don't need help. They're so used to giving help that they don't ask for help. So don't do it alone. Get the support you need to help you make sure you're heading in the right direction that's right for you.
There are so many parallels between the challenges that your audience faces and the challenges that mine face, because that is also true when you're talking to a mom who has a child with a mind disease or an addiction. They keep that to themselves. They remain isolated. They don't tell other people, and they think that they are the only ones struggling. And so much of the world has the same problem. There is
Our society shames people. And so people don't want to feel embarrassed. They don't want to feel like they're the only ones dealing with something that feels debilitating. And so when we start sharing and letting other people know we're not alone, and then we can get the support that we actually need. So it absolutely is a parallel.
Yeah, agree. Number 7, final question. What should I have asked you that I didn't? And what's the answer to that question I should have asked you, Carol?
That's a great question. Well, what I came up with, what steps do you take to actually do that, right? And for me, there's a 3-part framework that I utilize with my clients. And the first one is to really discover and lean into your genius, your value, your vision, and your dreams. The second thing is to build a compelling brand that positions you out there in the world so people know what you have to offer. They know that you're the one to come to. And the third thing is to create a strategic plan that you can courageously commit to in order to get exactly what you want in your life and career.
Boy, you said a lot in those short sentences because every word was carefully chosen. Well done.
Yes. Thank you.
And so, ladies and gents, if there are any gents, that's a wrap. I'd like to thank you so much, Carol, for spending this time with us. And to those of you listening, please find a pocket of joy in your day today because you are so worth it. Bye for now. Let's talk soon.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to be notified when new episodes are released. Then visit www.livewellandfully.com/workshop to experience the Love Another Way framework firsthand.